Ladies and gentlemen, if you're from my era, you are going to know Roberto Carlos, the guy who is known for one free kick. Assalamu alaikum guys, and welcome to another episode of Smile to Jannah.
You never know with Brazil.
Might get flagged for copyright.
Just having a good careful look about it. It's placed
That'll be
absolutely
worth it.
perfect.
Trust me.
I mean, everything's set that he's going to hit it. I just wonder if they're kidding us on.
Swap. All 30 yards.
The patented,
Why not? It's a 30
long
free kick
run
with
up.
20
Here he
yard run
goes, tippy toes, and look at that. Look at that. Look at the goalkeeper. Just watch it curling. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Poetry in motion, ladies and gentlemen. Poetry in motion. Yeah, you type in his name. Look, just go Roberto. It's there. It's before his name. Look, Roberto Carlos free kick. Then Roberto Carlos. Then Roberto Carlos impossible goal. Then the best goals, in which there's hope that people will see this particular goal. Then Roberto Carlos free kick versus France, in which this goal took place. Then some guy called Roberto Quezon. I think he's just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Then it's Roberto Carlos goals. Then it's reacting to the goal that was done against France, the free kick. Then it's the corner. Yeah, that's not related to what I'm saying. So this individual apparently has accepted Islam. Now, when I checked, the only kind of main source was goal.com. Daily Sabah is a Turkish newspaper. It's more credible. So we're analyzing how credible this claim is. Obviously, it's very credible now that Daily Sabah has reported it, and they have opted for a very accurate headline. Brazilian football icon Roberto Carlos reportedly embraces Islam. Brazilian football legend and former Fenerbahce. So Fenerbahce is a Turkish club. So I'm assuming if he was there, then again there's more exposure to Islam as well. Reportedly converted to Islam in Brazil about 4 weeks ago, according to Turkish lawmaker, citing a prominent Muslim community leader. I think they're referring to this individual. So he's part of the AK party, Ali Sahin. I'm probably not saying it right because the S has got an accent on it. So he's the one that posted something up. We met with representatives of Muslim communities in Brazil. Legendary footballer Roberto Carlos has become a Muslim. We met with Sheikh Jihad Hamade, who lives in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and is regarded as one of the 500 most influential figures in the Islamic world at the Brazilian Islamic Philanthropic Youth Union. As part of the visit, we also engaged in discussions with leading representatives of Brazilian's Muslim community. Sheikh Jihad Hamade shared the good news that Roberto Carlos, a legendary figure in the world and Brazilian footballer who also wore Fenerbahce jersey, had been in contact with him for a long time and visited him 4 weeks ago to recite, proclaim the Shahada and embrace Islam. I congratulate Roberto Carlos on his conversion to Islam and wish him and his family a life filled with peace, health and abundance. Also, Super League. They don't seem that prominent. ODAC TV, 178k followers. So they're a digital media. I think some form of Turkish media. They've also carried the story. But let's get back to this. The claim made by Ali Shaheen, a lawmaker from Turkey's ruling Justice and Development Party that we just mentioned all that. And he learned about his conversion from Sheikh Jihad Hamade, a prominent figure. So exactly what we said. So ladies and gentlemen, it looks like it is confirmed. Of course not by Roberto Carlos himself. So that bit of kind of confirmation is required or needed for it to be 100%. But I can safely say it's not hearsay. You see what I did there, yeah? Yeah. So as they said, look, at the end, Carlos himself has not publicly confirmed his reported conversion, and it says he also recently married Suhaila Ad-Tuhuri, a prominent Moroccan-born football agent based in Spain. So that could also be one of the motivating factors for him to look into Islam, after which He accepted it. Alhamdulillah. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This legend. Yeah? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. What? Let's leave it down till next time. Assalamu alaikum.